For a new president, the governing party candidate leads, but a second round of voting beckons. At least 6 people killed after a suspected militant attack on NATO fuel tankers in Pakistan. And the 19th Commonwealth Games gets underway with a spectacular opening ceremony in Delhi. Hello there and a very warm welcome to BBC News. We're broadcasting to our viewers here in the United Kingdom and also around the world with me, James Dagwell. With about 90% of votes counted in the Brazilian presidential election, the governing Workers' Party candidate Dilma Rousseff is ahead. So far, Mrs. Rousseff has around 45% of the votes, and José Serra of the centre-left Social Democracy Party has 33%. But to avoid a runoff vote at the end of the month, Ms. Rousseff needs to win more than 50% of the votes. Well, that now looks unlikely.
Brazilians have voted to renew the parliament, to elect state governors, and to choose the successor of Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, the most popular president in Brazilian history. Just a little over 1 week ago, the support of President Lula da Silva seemed more than enough to guarantee an outright first-round win for Workers' Party Dilma Rousseff. But over the last few days, Ms. Rousseff has lost some ground as fresh corruption charges emerged against the government. She needs to get more than 50% of the valid votes, or she will have to face a runoff against the main opposition candidate, Social Democrat José Serra. But even in this case, Ms. Rousseff remains widely regarded as the most likely winner in a second round of vote. Brazil's economy is booming and the government boasts record approval ratings, so promising some sort of continuity was the only way to seduce voters this year.
I expect that Brazil will continue developing and increase and reduce the socio-economical inequality.
The economy in Brazil can continue growing up because I think Brazil in the next year can be one of the 5 principal economy in the world.
All across the country, Brazilians have voted using electronic machines, so counting the votes is actually quite fast. It's likely that when people wake up on Monday, they will already know if there will be a second round or if Brazil has elected its first woman president. Paulo Cabral, BBC News, São Paulo.
Okay, well, let's go live now to Sao Paulo, and the BBC's Paulo Cabral joins me. Paulo, as we were saying just now, Mrs. Rousseff has got some 45% of the votes. That's with 90% of votes counted. How likely is it that she's going to make that critical 50%?
Well, it is still possible as votes are coming in from the countryside where Ms. Rousseff has more voting, but it's looking increasingly likely that we will have a second round of vote here in Brazil. Until like 1 week ago, a little over 1 week ago, it seemed certain that Ms. Rousseff would win this election outright on the first round, riding on Lula's popularity, but over the last few days she's lost quite a bit of ground thanks to corruption charges against the government that were widely publicized in Brazilian media, and actually much of these votes have gone to the third candidate, Green Party's Marina Silva, who has reached some 20% of the votes now, according to the count that's been going on. So it seems that the votes of Marina Silva, if we go to a second round of these elections, as it's looking like it may well happen, it seems that the votes of this third candidate of Marina Silva will be crucial to define who's going to be the next president of Brazil. So far, Dilma Rousseff is still considered widely regarded as the most likely winner on the second round if it happens.
Just briefly, Paulo, if you can, when will we get a final result?
Well, as I said, we are at 90% of the votes. It depends on how close to call it will be, because we have electronic voting here in Brazil, so it happens quite fast. Usually in the first few hours you reach 95% of the votes, and then you have the last 5% that may take a bit longer, because this will be polling stations with problems, this or that. So it depends on how it will go. It's possible that in the next 2-3 hours this will be defined, but if it's too close to call, we may have to wait still for a few hours more, maybe until the morning.
Okay, Paulo Cabral there live in Sao Paulo. Thanks very much.